she starts saying that Shamea and Gerald are her couple goals, and she starts to cry. And then Michelle says, Kelly must have joined them the way she's behaving. And then Kay says, I want to sleep with Kelly and Shamea and Gerald and my husband. I want all in. She
That's what
is
she said.
a freaky deaky.
Welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join 3 Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelly, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers!
Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Kelly.
I'm Wendy.
Tonight we're talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 17, Episode 10, Star Spangled Mess. And I think this is appropriately titled.
It definitely is.
Before we start, we'd like to ask you to please go to our YouTube and subscribe. Go to Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and follow. Give us 5-star reviews, and thank you. We really appreciate it. Before we start, 2 things. 1, go Knicks. They play tonight,
Yes.
Game 3. We're back in New York. And the other thing is, I just want to shout out Brick Memorial's varsity baseball team won the semifinals today to go into the state championship.
Oh, that's awesome.
I know, like I could cry. I'm so sensitive, but
Oh my gosh, you are crying.
I'm like ridiculous. But my son played baseball up until high school and then decided he just wanted to play basketball. But he played with all these kids growing up, all of them. And they're such
awesome.
a talented group of kids. And I'm just so happy for them.
Go Mustangs.
So go Mustangs. Exactly. I believe the championship game's on Sunday. So go Mustangs. Anyway, let me collect myself. We open up with Pinky meeting with her entertainment management team. I think we did know that she was a TV producer before she went into the restaurant business, and she was successful. And she wants to tell her story, not necessarily the bankruptcy story because that's a personal issue, but about her entrepreneurship. And, she just wants to get her story out there. She has someone in mind to play her in the project. I believe her name was Omaria Hardwick. But they were calling her
Naturi. They were calling her Naturi.
I know, but on the screen, because I paused it so I could get her name down, and I thought it said Omaria Hardwick. So I'm sure one of our listeners will correct us, and please feel free to do so, because I thought they were calling her Naturi.
Yeah, I paused it. It said Notoria, not Lewis. And then the guy sitting next to her was her husband, and he was a entertainment manager.
Maybe I got his name down instead of hers, so I apologize for that.
Yeah.
But it's she's working on a project, and it's about her, and she has somebody already to play her in place. So she was meeting with her management team, talking about how they're going to get that started.
That actress, Naturi, I used to watch Power all the time. She played Tasha on Power.
Is what she's from? Okay.
Yes, she played Tasha on Power, and I'm trying to think. I haven't watched it in so many years. I can't even remember all the other characters' names, but she is such a good actress. And I actually do think that they look alike. Like, she would be the perfect person to play her.
Yeah, and she's an established actress, so that's great.
Yes, exactly.
Angela and Drew go to Lake Bailey, and we finally meet Le Prince, which is very exciting. Cynthia and he have been together for almost 2 years, and then Porsha shows up. And then Phaedra shows up. So we have basically the bed crypt keepers, as I like to refer to them, from their last trip all together.
Yeah.
The prince, says hello and then excuses himself. And Cynthia and Porsha tell them.
I was going to say, I just wanted to add. So he's 39 years old. I don't know if
you can tell there's an age difference.
He looks young. He honestly,
he does.
He's got like a baby face, I think is what it is. Like, he's got a baby face. And we've seen her, we saw her date married to Peter Thomas with the Papa Smurf look. And just to see her with someone like him, it was not what I was expecting, to be quite honest with you.
No, I totally agree. Because there has to be an almost 20-year age difference, I would imagine.
It's got to be 20 because I think she's 59. I think she just turned 59. Like, her big one's coming up. So it's 20 years.
Not that you can tell that much of a difference. Like, it doesn't look that, big, but he definitely looks young.
But I also wanted to mention her confessional outfit when she started talking about him. This one, her hair was pulled back. She had on this copper-colored dress. Like, she looked stunning. Stunning.
She is. She just is
She is. She
stunning.
really is. She is.
And
She's
he must
beautiful.
be
She
a
really is.
tall guy because he had some size on her, and she's a tall
Yes.
lady.
Yes.
Yeah. So good for them. I thought, they look great together. So Cynthia and Porsha tell the rest of the ladies about their meeting with Pinky and Kay. And then Angela tells them about her lunch with Shamea. Now, I don't know if you followed this conversation because I had a little bit of when Angela talks, man, it's hard for me to keep up. I really don't have that problem with the rest of them. But Angela, she's so quick with her jabs
Mm-hmm.
and her shade, and I can't follow and keep up. I'm old. I'm an old white lady, and I stand by it.
Yeah, but you know what I think the problem is? Because I don't think this is what I'm finding out with Atlanta. I don't feel like they're always giving us the whole story. Because when this whole thing came out, they said that, Kay Michelle, like after it went well, right? They wanted to know, they were talking about what the elephant in the room was, like who set you up. Now, she never said who set her up. But then Angela said, my discernment was it was Shamea.
She thinks Shamea's the one that told Kay that people were
Right.
trying to set her up. And Kay is saying it was not Shamea. I got a phone call and I told Shamea and Kelly about the phone call. Now, who knows if that's
Correct.
true or not? But
Correct.
why would Shamea, unless she's just assuming that it was Porsha doing this? Shamea and Porsha haven't been good since last season. Nobody even knew K. Michelle was coming on the show last season, I would imagine. So if Porsha was setting her up, she certainly didn't tell Shamea. They haven't been cool in that long.
Right. And this is what I thought was odd. So she invites her to lunch. So she said, so I could explain why I felt that way and give her the opportunity to speak. And she's like, we met at a restaurant and it just became destination hell. But she wasn't explaining anything. She didn't explain anything. Like, I don't understand what she was explaining to her, because it wasn't that she thought that she was the root of this rumor to K. Michelle. That's not what she didn't say anything about that.
No, all she said was something about her husband being outside. And if you're concerned with my husband being outside, my husband saw you outside. And then she kind of insinuates that Shamea has cheated on her husband with professional sports players.
She outright said it. She
Right.
said, you've been sleeping with Hawks and Falcons players. And she doubled down when the producer asked her.
Right. But then she says, well, I don't know if it was I don't know when this happened. Well, then why are you saying it? If she messed around with pro athletes before she got married, who cares? Good for her.
That's messy. It's just
It's
messy.
very messy. But see, again, I think Angela's doing Porsha's dirty work here. I really do.
Yeah, I do too, because honestly, it just doesn't make sense. Angela is sticking her nose in something that doesn't belong in, and then to go throwing
And
around
why?
those accusations.
She wasn't doing this last year. She wasn't doing that last year.
Right. Why throw around these accusations that could really hurt her relationship? The woman has children.
Marriage.
Right.
Come on. So as they're there, Cynthia gets a text message from Shamea inviting her to a surprise party for Gerald the very next day. Now, Porsha claims that Dennis was invited a week ago. Now, why Dennis would be invited? Well, maybe they hung out as couples when Porsha was with Dennis. But it seems like Phaedra was invited last week too, right?
No, Phaedra was on the text with
Cynthia.
With Cynthia, yes.
Got it.
Cynthia, they were both on the text together.
Yeah. So now we know Shamea is having a party for Gerald. Then we see Kay talking to her son Chase, and she's very proud of him. He's got a corporate job, he's working in D.C., and he's getting ready for graduate school. So God bless him. And then we get to Shamea's party. So she brought Kenya to him. She told him they were doing a photo shoot and then surprised him with a party. And she asked one of his brothers to say a few words about him, and his brother says that he's the best gift. He was the
That was
best gift
sweet.
as a brother. It was very sweet. It was very sweet. So if we've learned nothing else, we know that Gerald comes from a nice family and he has a good relationship with his brother. So it's always nice to hear that. Kay, Michelle, Cynthia, Kelly, and Phaedra are all at the party. Pinky had a speaking engagement, so she couldn't be there. And obviously, Porsha and Angela weren't invited. Kelly was drunk.
Oh, my gosh. She
Like,
was
so drunk.
So drunk.
She starts saying that Shamea and Gerald are her couple goals, and she starts to cry. And then Michelle says, Kelly must have joined them the way she's behaving. And then we see Kelly in her confessional. She's like, what did I say? I was so drunk. I don't even remember giving a speech.
That's right. That's what she said.
And then Kay says, I want to sleep with Kelly and Shamea and Gerald and my husband. I want all in. She is
That's what she said.
a freaky deaky, Kay. So
I know, right?
let's get it, Kay. And then Kay says that Angela, I guess at the party, right? Kay says Angela told her that she met with Shamea, and Shamea says Angela accused her of sleeping with NBA players. So they're saying fake ass. And Kelly says, I've touched Shamea's ass, and it is soft.
Oh, my God. That was
It is
so
not fake
funny.
at all. And then they have to explain to Kelly that that's not what they meant. I like a drunk Kelly.
Oh, my gosh. She was so funny. She was so funny.
I'm really here for a drunk Kelly. Now, I don't know if I was daydreaming during this part, but then Porsha meets up with Giselle, right? So I'm getting ready. I'm like, okay, here we go. Now we're going to get the whole Jamal of it all.
But no, wait. There was more about this. Hold on, before that happened. So Cynthia says the way that Angela explained it is that she came there with an open heart and you came in with bad energy. So she was matching your energy. Right. And that's when Shamea went into her Bigfoot thing again. And Cynthia's like, I don't like that Bigfoot. And she's like, no, I can call her Bigfoot all I want. And Cynthia's like, as a member of the Bigfoot community, I love this. And Shamea's like, no, you wear yours a little differently. You don't be tripping over your feet. And Cynthia looks puzzled. And the reason I wanted to bring this up is because I listened to Humble Brag today and Cynthia was talking about this. And I had just said this last week when she called her Bigfoot and she called her Sasquatch. Like, that is body shaming. And Cynthia pointed out that and I also pointed out last week that Cynthia's just as tall. Like, I thought she was just as tall. She may not be. She does have a size 11 shoe, and, she doesn't like it. And I don't like it either. It's not nice. Like, stop calling people Bigfoot.
No, because it definitely is body shaming, like, especially, like, Sasquatch, like, Yeah.
Don't do it.
Doesn't even seem that big. Like, maybe she's got big feet, but she doesn't seem that big.
I thought so, too. But then when she went to Lake Bailey, but maybe because she had heels on. When she walked in the door, she was taller than Cynthia, but maybe because she had heels on. Cynthia said she's 5'10", but it could have been because she had heels on.
Yeah.
Okay, now we can get to the Giselle thing. Sorry.
Yeah, so I'm like, here we go. Okay, let's get to the Jamal of it all.
Yeah.
And basically, Porsha explains that she knows Giselle because they did a very popular show called The Chat Room. You got canceled, Porsha, so I don't know if I'd be calling that I couldn't stand that. I can watch bad reality TV. I could not watch that show. I couldn't stand that show, but I also couldn't stand anybody on it because it was Porsha, Giselle, Kate Chastain, and Hannah Berner, which now I'm warming up to Hannah, but at the time I was like, you couldn't have picked the 4 worst people from Bravo to be on this show. I had no interest. So they order their drinks and they toast to a peach and a cherry blossom. And Giselle asked Porsha where she was with Shamea, right?
Yes.
And Porsha says, we rest the case. So that was that. Porsha tells Giselle how she was in court for 15 hours for her divorce. I can't even believe a judge or a mediator or whoever would stay that long. That's an 8-hour day, friend. So you almost doubled it. Giselle says that she was in Atlanta shooting behind the gates. And am I wrong? Was that about it for the conversation?
That was about it. I thought.
Okay, so I didn't miss anything, right? I mean,
nope.
I'm like, what? Did I just zone out? Because sometimes I do, admittedly.
So the Pastor Jamal isn't. It hasn't been said on the show. It's what the blogs are saying. Like, that's okay.
Right, but I didn't even know that. So when I saw Giselle, I was like, oh, here we go. Because
Yeah, that's what
why
I thought too.
if that's really what was going on, why wouldn't Porsha bring it up at that lunch? You got Giselle right there. You already dropped the bombs about Kelly sleeping with a married man.
Well, because she's already maintained that she's not going to name who the married man is because he's married.
Stop it. If she had proof, she would name it. She would do it. She don't care.
I don't think she has proof of anything, to be quite honest with you. I think everything she says is nonsense. And I'm beginning to think same with Angela.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And
then when
Phaedra,
Giselle walks in, I'm
Phaedra.
like, oh, we got the two biggest liars of each of their franchises sitting down for drinks right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was great. Next, we see Pinky is having a casting call for her project. Shamea's there. She's in the Shamea's not waiting online, but she's in the room and she's taking this seriously. She's preparing. There's a whole line of people outside. Drew shows up and immediately is like, I'm not standing in that line. And she goes into the room with Shamea and she says, I'm not auditioning. Well, what are you there for, Drew? Like, I guess, so there was apparently like a miscommunication between Drew's team and Pinky's team about how Drew operates. So Drew does go into the room with Pinky and her team, and they tell her to just do an improv because they think she's there to audition, because you would think she would if she was showing up to a casting call.
Right.
And, Drew's basically like, no, I'm not here to audition. So Pinky, obviously Drew thinks she's too good for the project. She does. Or maybe she thinks that she should have just been handed a role. Like,
well,
she
I don't
doesn't
think that.
No?
I mean, because
you think she thinks she's just too good for the project?
Live. I saw her on Watch What Happens Live, and this came up. So when I watched it like you did, Drew in her confessional said, there's a whole process. You got to call my manager, and then you send the sides. And we see they cut to the scene where she's on the phone with her manager and said, okay, send me the email and I'll send her the sides, right? And then after she leaves, Pinky says, I sent the sides to her, Keon, to her manager. I thought you were here to audition. But she also does say later on that she never told me she was going to audition, but she accepted the side. So I assumed that's what she was doing.
She also said something about never receiving an email address. Pinky.
Well, yes. And then Drew said, because Andy said that, and Drew said, well, we didn't get any sides. Does she have receipts? And she said, there's a whole process. She's like, I've been doing this since I was 8 years old. I have an agent. I have a manager. And there is a whole process. You have to check the dates of when it's shooting. You don't just show up for an audition if you don't know everything, right? Like, it's not just you show up for an audition. So I think that the communication was crossed. And she said, listen, this is my livelihood. Like, this is what I do. Like, I'm not going to turn down a job and I'm not going to appear to be unprofessional. Like, this is what I do. And I kind of agree with her on this.
I do, but she did seem unprofessional. Just the way that she was like, I'm not auditioning. Well, then why are you there? You shouldn't have gone there.
I think she went there because she needed the scene time.
Yeah. Right. Right. But Shamea took it very seriously. And
oh my God,
Pinky
I think she knocked it out of the park. I think she knocked it out of the park.
And Pinky said, like, you didn't come in here pulling the friend card. And I appreciate that. So, let's see. Let me see. K. Michelle is at her house with her assistant, who looks like she's 12 years old. Is it me?
She does. No, she looks like she's 12. She's so tiny, too.
That's not her daughter.
I mean, they're all tiny.
No, they are all tiny. Yeah.
They're all tiny.
Yeah, like
they're either
Angela
really tall or they're
looks
tiny.
like me. Yeah, Angela probably looks like me and they're calling her Sasquatch. Well, she's very much thinner than me, but you know what I mean. Phaedra comes over to Kay's house and I loved Phaedra's overall look. She looked adorable.
Yeah.
And Kay said that she can tell, Phaedra's from the South. So she said, I can judge a woman on what kind of pie she brings me. So Phaedra brought her a pecan pie. And Kay said that means she's a little nutty.
I loved every part of this. And honestly, I love Kay, Michelle, and Phaedra together because I like their banter. I think it's hysterical.
I think I said this last week. I think Phaedra's doing a good job this season of being kind of like a Cynthia. Like, she's obviously going to be closest with Porsha, but, which I don't like that, but She's doing a good job of not letting that interfere with her friendships with the other ladies.
Yeah, I agree.
So they're going fishing, and Kay has hot dogs soaked in garlic powder and Kool-Aid. Now, because she said the
In a Ziploc
Caucasian
bag.
white male told Kay to use that. Has Bill ever heard of that? I think we need an expert to weigh in on this.
I didn't ask him, but I've been fishing with Bill many times, and there's never been Kool-Aid, garlic powder, and hot dogs involved in the fishing. It's more like clams or shrimp or maybe
Yeah.
even chicken,
Yeah,
but no hot dogs.
good to know. So that
Yeah.
Caucasian white man does not use that.
No. Well, they have to have beards, though. They need to have beards, too.
That's true. That's true. True. Phaedra asks her how she feels as a newlywed, and she says she would like them to remain the best of friends, and she feels obligated to give him a baby. But she's been doing IVF for years, and it made her crazy while she was doing it, so she doesn't want to go through that again. So now they're going to look for a donor. So I guess maybe, so if they get a donor, they would, then Kay could still carry the baby?
She could, or she could, opt to have a
Get a
surrogate, depending
surrogate.
on how she is with her pregnancies. I don't know,
Right. Right. Yeah. So Phaedra
Because I'll
asks,
be honest with you, I think that even if you do get a donor, I'm not 100% sure, if they implant the embryo in her, I think she would still need to get hormone shots because she wasn't herself. You know what I'm saying?
yes.
Because
It
I
wouldn't
think that,
it wouldn't be any part of her.
well, no, I'm just saying her hormones, like I think the surrogate gets hormones too. And even if she put that donor egg with his sperm and that embryo was implanted in her, I still think that they would need to inject her with hormones to get her to where she needs to be to accept it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, listen, the more I learn about this, the more I give you ladies who have gone through this so much credit because my lord,
No,
that
it's not
is
easy.
no, it's not easy. It's a grueling process. So God bless you all for going through that. Phaedra asks why Porsha wasn't invited, and Kay says, "You know why she wasn't invited to
Well, she did
Gerald's
know.
to Gerald's party. Like, come on,
Right.
Phaedra." And Phaedra's like, "We need to have a good time." And Drew is singing the national anthem, and we're all invited, and we're gonna have a good time. And Kay's like, "Yeah, I'm already sick. I'm already sick. I'm not going." Drew is singing the national anthem at the Rich Homie Kwan Memorial. So it's a charity event. I guess it was like a baseball game, but it
Yeah.
was a charity event. And Shamea, Pinky, Porsha, Kelly, right? Shamea,
Yes.
Pinky,
Yes.
Porsha, and Kelly show up. Angela and Cynthia could not make it. And I thought Drew did a very nice job with the national anthem.
I do too. Actually, I think Drew is a beautiful singer. And
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize this, but Matt made me a playlist of housewives. And the other day we were listening to it, and Drew was on there. And I was like, who is this? He's like, oh, that's, and she's actually, I think she's a good singer. I do.
Okay. I don't know any
I'm
of
going to
her
listen
songs.
to her new
so
song. Well, she just dropped one. They mentioned it on Watch What Happens Live. I'm going to listen to it.
You have got to tell me what is on this Housewives playlist. Is there like a lot of Luann?
I don't remember. I'll have to look.
I have got to hear this. I'm sure Melissa's
There's
on
Candy. No, there's Candy. There's Candy Burris.
there. Well, that's great. That's
Yeah,
legit.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, there's Candy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like real songs. It's not like, Tardy for the Party.
Yeah. I don't think Tardy for the Party's on there.
Well, that's good. I'm glad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kay calls Phaedra from the car and she's like, "You're not at the event." And Phaedra says, "No, Mr. President, Dylan, had a football accident and he has to get his knee drained." Oh, poor baby.
I know. I feel bad for him.
Yeah, that's terrible. So Kay gets out of the car and she goes over to the family. She knew the family. So she pays her respects to the family and basically tells Drew she came for the family and not for Drew.
Yeah, she does say that because Drew thanks her for coming. She's like, I didn't come for you.
Just Kay keeping it real. So for some reason, it's only Shamea, Kay, and Drew. Oh, well, I think we knew that Porsha and Kelly had to leave early. Shamea, Kay, and Drew go to get something to eat. And Drew says she's glad Kay came to the event. And Kay says, "Oh, I don't like to go anywhere I don't belong." And Drew said something about the way she speaks and her punctuation. And Kay is like, "I've been accepted into 3 law schools." So Kay literally gets up to leave, and Shamea grabs her pocketbook.
Yeah, because she says she's going to the bathroom. She's like, I'm going to the bathroom.
Yeah, but Shamea saw the writing on the wall. So Drew says, I have done nothing to this lady. And Shamea says, you do keep saying her name with your dude. And
Yep.
she does.
Yep.
She does. So, and Shamea's trying to say, like, I understand both sides. And Drew starts calling her a lapdog again and says, we don't even know who Shamea is.
Before that, Drew says to Shamea, if you're going to be her good friend, you need to hold her accountable. What does she need to hold her accountable for?
Right. Like she doesn't want you saying her name with black. She doesn't want it. She's made it very clear. So just stop doing it. Acknowledge that you did it because you did it and just stop doing it. So we see Kay in the car and she's getting ready to leave. And Shamea's like, oh, no. And then it was fucking epic. Shamea goes to the car, hops in, and they start singing the national anthem.
But before that happens, K. Michelle's assistant comes in while Shamea's still talking to Drew to get her handbag. I was just like, oh no. And Shamea's like, give me a ride. And K. Michelle's like, hop in.
I mean, that was so epic that they left singing the national anthem. Drew just doesn't do it for me. She just doesn't do it for me. But I don't know about, like, I mean, I think Kay's like really locked into this whole people setting her up. And I don't know, like a lot of, when we thought the oyster comment was about Kay, like a lot of people were saying that it was about Kelly because of the whole Hot Pocket comment. So maybe that's true. It seems a little coincidental that an ex of Kay's made that comment. Yes, it was 8 years ago, but you saw the look in Drew's face when Porsha said that. Like Drew was like, I can't believe she just said.
Yeah.
So they all knew about that comment.
So on Watch What Happens Live, it was Liz and Drew, and I'm just going to go over like the Drew stuff.
Yeah, because I didn't watch it.
So Andy had asked Liz about the Joellen thing, and Drew says after Liz explains it, I love that you apologized over and over. That's something we don't do in Atlanta, and that is a fact. They do not do that in Atlanta.
But they do get over shit quick in Atlanta. That I do appreciate that about Atlanta.
They do.
Like they can shade the F out of each other and then just be cool like a half hour later.
Honestly, I felt like Rhode Island was doing that too, and I still think they may be, except we'll get there.
Yeah.
And I told you already what happened about the, the audition. The Slam Pig painting is now in the clubhouse that Joellen made.
Did? Excellent.
So Liz must have brought it with her.
Boobs? Foxy Brown's? Not Foxy Brown.
No, I didn't see it.
That's
no,
actually
I didn't
a
know.
rapper.
Yeah.
Karma Brown. Karma Brown's boobs?
I didn't see those. Drew is now working on her new upcoming album with Dennis, and viewer asked, like, is Porsha okay with it? She's like, no, we're in a good place. She's like, Go Naked Hair. She's got a line of hair with Porsha. She's like, that album that Dennis and I did, the other one, it had almost 2 million streams. So she's making the money.
Yeah.
Andy asked what the status with your issues with Ralph are. And she said, this is such a PR answer. Well, we're moving towards a more positive place. And she's like, I'm not here to bash anyone. I'm not going to speak negatively. We're just here for our kids. Okay.
Well, listen, if she's taken any lessons from how Dorit conducted herself this past season, she's smart to do that.
Well, I agree she's smart to do that. I mean, because
it's just not an entertaining answer, though.
No, it's not. Then he asked Drew, do you believe Shamea was sleeping with players from the Hawks and the Falcons? And she's like, I don't like that allegation. Like, she has a husband and kids. Like, if you know something, so let's bring a receipt, or you got a video, or you got a picture. And I'm glad that she said that, because that's exactly how I feel about that. Like, don't do that.
I don't believe it for a second. And you know me, I'm like, typically I'm like, yeah, if there's smoke, there's fire. But Shamea seems very, very happy with her husband. She's got a beautiful life. That man is providing extremely well for her. Now she's got the housewives gig. She's not going to mess that up. I don't think she would ever have messed that up. I think Shamea is solid. Maybe she did mess around with some pro athletes before Gerald, but I can't see it, now.
And then she was given a lot of shade to Kelly too.
Drew
Something about
was?
yeah, on what she called her a Cornish game hen. She looked like a Cornish game hen or chicken or something like that. I was like, "Oh, you didn't go there."
Yeah.
Like, she was, like, body shaming her again. I was like, "What is with these people body
I
shaming?"
don't know why, but the chicks on Atlanta can get away with it. They really do. Because they do it in such a comical way. They just get away with it, but people are coming for Kelly a lot. I like Kelly, and it's not just because we share the name and spell it exactly the same way, but I like her, and I wish, like, her divorce and her ex were more amicable because it would be nice if she could show us more of her kids.
No, I agree.
Or the guy she's dating, like, I'm sure that's part of the reason she doesn't show us him either.
Well, it's new too. Like, I don't blame her. We're just meeting Cynthia's guy, and it's been almost 2 years. Like, I don't think that you're obligated to show someone you're dating until you know it's real, right?
Right, right, yeah,
I don't know. She was getting a lot of flack online for the $70,000 for her new
for
smile,
her
for her
teeth,
veneers. Like,
yeah.
they're like, "Why don't you use that money to open your restaurant or do, something with your kids' tuition?" I'm like, "Well, I mean, he it was a gift. Like, can
Exactly,
you
he
specify what gift you want? I don't know. Like, does
right,
it work that
right.
way? I don't know. I've never received a gift like that. I don't know. And
Yeah,
honestly, I don't know that I would try it. Like, if someone's offering me $70,000 veneers, I might just say thank you.
exactly. Take what you can
Not can we
get.
divert yeah, can we divert these funds to something else, something more practical?
Right.
Like, I don't know, how do you say that?
I don't know. No, I listen, whatever he wants to do for her, let her just have it.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Was that it for Watch What Happens Live?
Yeah, for Atlanta.
So, something we haven't discussed yet, but we saw that it came out that why am I blanking on her name? Shep's ex-girlfriend, Taylor. Taylor's
Yes,
boyfriend, Gaston, cheated on her, and she put him on blast. Do you think she'll come back to Southern Charm? I
I
kinda
don't
hope
know.
she does at this point.
Rumor is she may have seen Shep already, like, they may possibly be dating.
I think he reached out to her and said, like, "I'm so sorry to hear that this happened. I didn't hear that they might be seeing each other again," but I kind of feel like I wanna see her back on Southern Charm, and I kinda wanna see her back on Southern Charm. Listen, Sally really irked me this last season, and I was a huge Sally fan. These girls, I always say how beautiful they are and how attracted I am, and then they start to irk me, like Mia's now irking me too on Southern Hospitality, but I kinda hope Taylor comes back, but I am loving the, Sally and Kyle Cook rumors that I'm hearing, and I'm kinda here for that.
I think that would be fine for just a little fling. I think nothing serious. Go ahead. Have your fun,
But
right?
even if it did like, imagine if those 2, like, made it, like, imagine because I feel like Sally, she'd move to New York, what does she care? Like, yeah, she's got family there, but it's not like Paige moving to Charleston or Craig moving to New York. It's not that serious. Like, I don't think I mean, obviously, Sally's got a great job in the medical field, but she can kinda go do that anywhere. I don't know. I'm kind of here for the Sally and Kyle Cook rumors.
I'm okay with it, but I don't think it should be anything serious. I mean, I did also see that Kyle has made up with Austin and Craig. Did you see them together?
Of course, because that was all made for TV bullshit anyway. Kyle coming at Craig for not investing in Loverboy when it like, that was all nonsense. I really think that that was just for the show. I really think Kyle was doing the most because trying to get more interest in Summer House.
Or Loverboy?
Both, really, yeah. But somebody put on Facebook that they would love to see a guys trip, and I thought, that would be amazing. Imagine, like, Kyle, Jesse, Solomon, Austin, Craig, Shep, and, like, throw, like, Joe Gorga and Frank Catania in there.
No,
How
that would be weird.
funny.
I think Joe and Frank, like, they're too old to be I mean, not that they can't keep up because they
They
certainly
can
can
keep
keep
up.
up.
Bring
I
all
know.
these fuckers to the Jersey Shore and let Joe and Frank Catania show them a good time. I think that that would be so good.
It would be funny. I mean, I would watch it for sure.
Absolutely.
I would definitely watch
Absolutely.
it.
I can handpick some other ones, but I think that's good to start with. Like, imagine Jesse Solomon out with Joe Gorga. I just think it would be a blast to see that.
I
I'm
do
gonna
too.
petition for that.
Alright, that's a good plan. Have you watched the Southern Hospitality reunion? Did you watch any of it?
I did.
Do you want to talk about it a little bit?
We could talk about it a little bit.
All right.
I
What are your thoughts? What about Joe and his new idea for his new business that Leva is send like she's there for it? What do you think about
Yeah,
that?
I like it. I'm glad that that worked out because I do feel like Joe Bradley's gonna be part of the Republic family. Like, that's his future, right?
I
He's
think
not
so
gonna go
too.
and do anything on his own. I don't think Joe has the chutzpah to go and do anything. So I feel like him partnering, but you gotta be loyal, you gotta show up, you gotta do what they're asking from Lamar and Leva.
Yes.
But I like
Yes.
it, but when Maddie was like, basically, "Joe's a yes man," he kind of is.
Oh, he definitely is. But like Leva said, like he is the best VIP he's the best salesperson out there. So if anyone's going to sell an experience and sell all 7 of her places, it's him.
Yeah.
He's the biggest hype man out there, and that's the perfect job for him.
It's the perfect job for him, and her and Lamar, like, being on board with giving him another shot. I'm definitely there for it. What do you
Yeah.
think about TJ and Michaels? Like, do you think either one of them have true feelings for the other one? Or do you think that I'm sure they hook up, and God bless them, but do you think that they act like they have feelings for each other for the show? Because sometimes I do.
No. I think that TJ had feelings for Michaels, and Michaels didn't really have feelings for TJ at one point. And then I think it flipped. I think Michael started having feelings for TJ, and TJ was, good to go with it. But then when Michaels would be like, no, and not own it, then he's like, I'm not giving myself to someone. Like, I'm not going to be that fool.
Right.
Because listen, I mean, TJ's older. Michaels
Right.
is young. Not that that's that, but
No,
I
but
think
TJ
that
does seem like he's ready to, like, settle down with
yes,
someone.
he does. He does.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think it's smart that they don't, because if they don't wanna ruin their friendship, I think that's the way to go, but I honestly feel like their friendship is fractured already, because just watching the divide between TJ and, Brad against Michaels and,
Emmy and
uh
Blake
yeah,
and the rest of them, really. Really, it's always TJ and Brad versus everybody else, and quite honestly, the microaggression happened, yes, and Emmy needs to own it, yes, but other than that, Brad's fucking messy. He did pay that woman to come on and make it like Maddie's boyfriend cheated on her. He did that. That's very bad behavior.
he did, and he was still trying to throw Joe under the bus with the group
Yes.
text, like,
Yep.
still, like, I don't know, I think, and, Mia jumps right on board with that.
I know, and that's why she's really irking me. And then
Yeah.
it's gonna come out that she said that West has good D and tries to get out of it, and Leva's like, "I even heard you say it." I don't
Yeah.
like Molly. I
I
don't
don't
like
either.
Molly at all.
She's another pot stirrer. She's another one who I think lies. I think her and Mia should be friends because they are the
They
same
are.
person. I
They
know.
definitely are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
didn't realize she had 7 places down there on King Street. That's crazy.
Me neither. We gotta
We
go
have to go to
down there.
King Street. And by the way, I thought she looked gorgeous in that green. Leva looked beautiful in her green.
She always does. Do you follow her on Instagram? I cannot tell you how many times I have
I don't
DM'd and
actually.
she has answered.
Really?
Leva answers or somebody answers about her lipstick. Yeah, I bought a Chanel
Stop.
lipstick that she was wearing one time because she answered me
Really?
back, told me the name of it, and said link in my bio. I don't know if it's her or one of her representatives, but
Well, who
somebody gets
cares?
back to me. Who cares?
If there's a link in her bio, she's getting paid,
Right. She is
which is good.
stunning, Leva. No matter
She really
what she
is.
does, she's stunning.
And what about Joe wearing Michael's suit that he wore for I mean, how perfect was that? That was
That
great.
was great. Yes. Mhm.
Like, you wouldn't look at them and think that they were the same size, but I guess they are.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that was good. I'm trying to think what else happened. I mean, I don't like this, like, TJ, was he on a podcast or was he on Watch What Happens Live and somebody asked him if he has heard cheating rumors about Will?
Watch what
again,
happens
and he
live.
said yes. So Andy asked the question, like, this guy has removed himself from the show. Emmy is, again, microaggression aside, because she's guilty and she needs to own it. But the cheating stuff, like, she's fighting for her life here alone because this guy's not on the show anymore. Stop asking about him and stop talking about their relationship. It's like the Nia and Danny thing. Like, listen, I'm not going to try to say that, Emmy and Will have an arrangement, but that's their relationship. Whatever it is, it is.
Well,
She's
it's
planning a
Andy. It's Andy
wedding.
being shady because
Yes.
even Andy asked the question. He asked him the question on Watch What Happens Live, and even after Emmy made that statement, "That's unacceptable. This is not an appropriate question. I'm not discussing this." Andy continued to ask,
Right, exactly.
and I'm
Like,
like,
let it go.
"That's not cool. That's not cool."
Especially because, and you and I would both be sensitive to this. That girl has anxiety. She obviously has anxiety. And you can tell, like, it almost looked like she was ready to have a panic attack. Like, Andy, back the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't make this a hostile environment for her. And I know people, and I know she's not innocent by any means, Emmy, but when addressed with that part of her life, if she doesn't want to talk about it and it's making her visibly, physically uncomfortable, stop.
No, I
Stop.
totally agree because
The
he's not there.
microaggression, go at it. Like, she needs
Right.
to own up to that, and that needs to be discussed.
And I think that she does. I think we see that she has apologized profusely at this point, but I don't think he's willing to accept her apology. And you know what? That's his right. He doesn't have to accept her apology. He doesn't.
Absolutely.
He's allowed to feel
Absolutely.
however he wants to feel about the situation.
But the thing
But
with Brad is, and we saw it with Maddie, like, he's not gonna let it go. He is going to probably do something next season to her. You know what I mean? Like, retaliate like he did Maddie. Falsely.
gosh, I would hope not. I would hope that his new girlfriend would steer him away from that. Yeah, we will see.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
No, I do think it's, we're talking about Rhode Island later. Yep. Nope,
Yeah.
that's it. Well, thank you very much for watching and listening. Please like, share, subscribe, 5-star reviews. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.